Senator Josh Hawley also had to flee. Earlier that afternoon, before the joint session started, he walked across the east front of the Capitol. As you can see in this photo, he raised his fist in solidarity with the protesters already amassing at the security gates. We spoke with a Capitol police officer who was out there at the time. She told us that Senator Hawley's gesture riled up the crowd. Later that day, Senator Hawley fled after those protesters he helped to rile up stormed the Capitol. See for yourself.
That is Josh Hawley just trying to keep up with the crowd as he flees the inevitable, unavoidable consequence of supporting the increase of political violence in America. It's, oh no, it's coming for you. You could have never seen this coming. So there he was being a big alpha, a big brave guy running away. And as soon as that video came out around the country, around the world, everybody had a nice hearty chuckle about it. It turns out though, it wasn't just us watching outside of the Capitol. Inside the Capitol, they found it pretty funny as well. Take a look. It's objectively funny, and we need that in America in 2022. Now, it's not, stripped of context funny. He's terrified for his life, and he should be terrified for his life. A mob of murderous, insane people are storming the building. What makes it funny, of course, is the fist and all the comments afterward. He's a tough guy, he's on their side. He's a regular guy. Oh God, no! And look. He doesn't seem to care about this. We're gonna get to his response earlier today. Being mocked across the internet, he's at least implying that it hasn't really affected him, but I don't know. Cenk was calling this an instant classic in our last segment, and I really hope that this sticks to him as much as like the photo of Ted Cruz phone banking sticks to Ted Cruz. There's certain things like that that they never should get out of your brain.
Yeah, so Jamie Raskin was asked about this, and they said, well, it's CNN, by the way, not Fox News. I said, is it fair to Josh Hawley to have run this tape? Was it really necessary? The press is hilarious. Like, they're the only ones who defend lying politicians. You're supposed to challenge them. The only time that they challenge a politician is they're asking Representative Raskin, were you being too mean to Senator Hawley? And I love Raskin's response. He was something to the effect of, I do it every time. And so, attaboy, there's a progressive who's strong. And there's a good reason, substantive reason to do it, which is that, look, to me, there's two layers to it. I know that the Democrats only intended one layer, okay, at most. The first layer is almost all politicians are liars. It's all optics, okay? So the story that I love the most is Fred Thompson. He was a literal actor, and then he ran for Senate in Tennessee as a Republican and won. And he had this gimmick. He had this red pickup truck that he would do for campaign stops. And all the press covered like, Fred Thompson, when he goes back to Tennessee, he might be a Hollywood actor, but he gets in that red pickup truck. Then I read a story afterwards that it turns out, and of course it was from a progressive outlet, Fred Thompson would drive a limo to the red pickup truck, use it on the campaign stops, and then drive a limo back to his house. Of course, he wouldn't drive it, somebody else would drive him in the limo. Why did the press go along with the optics of the red pickup truck? Why didn't they all write, this guy's an obvious goddamn liar driving to the pickup truck in a limo? Isn't that an interesting story? Of course, that's a funny story. It's an interesting story. Makes for a good headline. Nope, we love lying politicians. We're gonna protect them at all costs, right? So that's why they never tell you what's behind the curtain. All they ever show you is Josh Hawley being like, so strong, right? And then they never show you in private, right? But that's what a politician is, 98% of them. They're loser servants of the donor class. I mean, they're all constitutionally weak, not just the Democrats, because look at what Trump did do to the Republicans. He created a beta bus filled with betas of like, Trump, I'll do anything for you. Are your boots clean enough? Are they clean enough? Why? Because they were already trained by the donors. I give you money and then you do as you're told, bitch. And then the politicians are like, yes, sir, absolutely, sir. Josh Hawley's pretending to be a populist. You think he doesn't lick his donors' boots? Of course he does. That's why he's like, this in public and in private. Okay, now that's the layer the Democrats did not intend, because that also implicates them. The layer I think in a good day they did intend is that, oh, so you guys all pretend to be MAGA, you all pretend to be with the Trump supporters in public, and right now you're saying, oh, Trump didn't do anything wrong. Oh, these rioters didn't do anything wrong. They were just tourists, man. They're just stopping by. And you guys, they were gonna go shopping, and now they're patriots, right? But what did you actually think of them? You were so scared, you ran for your life.
Yeah.
That's the real Josh Hawley.
Yeah, he's a total fraud. I've talked a lot elsewhere about how he's just the worst example of a hollow populist who can speak to the rhetoric but does nothing to follow through on it. And unfortunately, he's duped a lot of people, including some on the left, into thinking, oh, this guy understands class issues. No, he is a fraud through and through. Also, got to remind you, he wrote a book about how we have like a masculinity problem in this country.
He did.
And he's like a big, like, we need to increase our masculinity in America guy. So that another layer to this that I found really hilarious, because for people in that school of thought, and I'm not saying I agree with this, but they think that, traits like fear and cowardice are inherently feminine values, where you need to exhibit, courage and strength and bravery and fearlessness and things that just generally are not healthy to be taken on unilaterally without any sort of balance. And here you have a perfect example of who he actually is. So he's just running one grift after another, whether it's his populism, whether it's his masculinity BS. The guy is just a total fraud, and this was just a perfect example of that. One thing though, it had nothing to do with what they were talking about last night. Like the whole focus last night was Trump's inaction, and then all of a sudden they're like, oh, hey, by the way, check out this clip. And I think that was just to take a swipe at him because he was selling merch of that fist bump even into this year. I think he tried to sell it. He posted a link today, but I think it was really just kind of a middle finger to him because he was one of the worst offenders in trying to hype this up.
Yeah, I would honestly love to see a little mashup of, like, you do the surveillance shot of all of them like cowering when the door is about to be breached, and you identify an individual, and then you show what he has said about the riot ever since. And then you go to the next, because they're all strong as soon as they're not worried that they're going to be torn limb from limb. I'm going to get ready to go ahead to graphic 2 because I just want to mention one other thing. I mentioned this on the damage report, but I think it bugs me so much. Sure, let's go to that. So he's been revealed to be an absolute hypocrite, obviously. He was terrified of being killed. He's been revealed, oh, tough, strong guy. Oh God, no. Little kissy face. Oh, I've been outed as a liar and a hypocrite. And he gets to just do a kissy face and then move on. And I don't know, maybe this is him attempting to post through it. Maybe this is him realizing that the right isn't gonna care at all, I don't know. But it makes me think about when AOC was talking about her fears from January 6th, when she was terrified that she was gonna be murdered or raped by these insane people who have been trained by Fox News on a daily basis for literally years to hate and fear her while at the same time lusting after her. And you see that in all of their commentators on the right. When she talked about that, the entire right-wing media sphere went insane. How dare she lie, making herself a victim, pretending that she was scared. They mock her to this day over that. Nancy Mace was doing that too. But for Josh Hawley, he's literally on tape running for his life, and he gets to just put it up an emoji, and then he goes back to being a good, strong conservative. The double standard there is amazing.
Yeah, I'm gonna give the last word to the members here. Madam Rochelle says, if I ever need an exercise regimen, I just imagine Josh Hawley running. If he can do it, so can I. Okay, by the way, tyt.com/join to become a member, be part of the show, or hit the join button below on YouTube. I am Sock Writes, and this is Liz Cheney's shooting someone in the face moment. Okay. It's so true, right? And I realized even before I read that comment, but I love doing the show with the members. Oh, I know why they did that thing to Josh Hawley. And Liz Cheney earlier said in last night, oh, Kevin McCarthy was scared, right? And that jumped out at me because Democrats would never say that, right? And I was like, oh, Liz Cheney and progressive Jamie Raskin. Oh, no wonder the committee is strong, right? If it was like Pelosi and Biden running it, the entire time they'd be like, I'm so sorry, Donald Trump, that we have to do this. Right? So the January 6th hearings has been wonderfully strong, including in releasing this, whether it was pertinent to last night or not. And I'll leave you with this because we can't show it because of copyright reasons. But you should spend a good 30 minutes watching Josh Hawley in that clip with different songs put to it. Okay. Chariots of Fire was the immediate, one that jumped out at everybody. But there's a lot of other songs.
I saw Kate Bush running up that hill.
Yeah,
that was good. I think he's gonna get out of that dream.
Yeah, Rocky. Dun 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 dun. Again, don't make me sing it.
Wouldn't it be amazing though if, like, you know how like Mighty Ducks will come out and then kids get into hockey, or Karate Kid comes out and kids want to do martial arts? What if this actually leads to people getting into more cardio? Like he should actually license this, make some money off an app, a coup to 5K over the course of a couple of weeks. It gets you in shape. I think that would be a good thing for America.
I like it. I'm going to adopt it from now on. I'm going to tell my wife when I'm going out for a jog. I'm just going out for a quick Hawley. I'll be right back.
Don't get mad at us, Senator. We're just joshing around. Oh God,
by the way, I don't give a damn if you get mad at us. I'm mad at all.
Yeah, what is he gonna do? Come at us, we raise one fist, you cowards. Oh God. Yeah. Anyway,
what's he gonna do? Run away from us?
Oh, I don't know. I almost feel a little bit bad just because he probably, like everyone else, has laughed at Ted Cruz this whole time, and now he's Ted Cruz.
That's awesome. Are you kidding me? I love it. They're all Ted Cruz. Thanks for watching The Young Turks. Really appreciate it. Another way to show support is through YouTube memberships. You'll get to interact with us more. There's live chat emojis, badges. You've got emojis of me, Anna, John, JR. So those are super fun. But you also get playback of our exclusive member-only shows and specials right after they air. So all of that, all you gotta do is click that join button right underneath the video. Thank you.